Hello, 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 hello. So, tonight's episode of Rides and Vibes, we have Steve, who is the owner of Olive Oyl, the winner of the best dunk at the Rick Ross Carshow. So, if you guys have been under a rock and have not seen everything and the controversy surrounding the key winner at the Rick Ross Carshow, then you guys are missing out on a whole lot of stuff because there was a lot of things happening surrounding the keys at the Rick Ross Carshow. So Steve and I were really kind of talking through third parties before the show to try and go ahead and get him on. But after he won, I was like, okay, well, we're going to have to do a special episode, like a Thursday episode, to go ahead and get Steve on. So he's graciously obliged to come on the show. Now, before I bring him on, if you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do that now. You can do that by clicking the link in my bio. And if you would like to be a brand partner or a sponsor of Rides and Vibes, please feel free to reach out to me and we will make it happen. So I saw Steve join. I'll go ahead and bring him on. And like I said, if you guys have this episode of Rides and Vibes, you can catch the full replay on YouTube. So, hey there.
Hey, what's up, mama?
How are you?
Doing good. It's a little dark now
I,
out here.
I was gonna say it's a little dark. We can't see you, but we can hear you fine, so that's okay.
I'll when I finish smoking, I'll go inside.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know if the signal is gonna be bad there. I'm at an Airbnb in
Oh,
DC.
okay. Okay. Well, first I want to tell you thank you so much for sitting down, taking time out of your busy schedule to let us get in your business a little bit.
No worries. Anytime. I'm trying to walk to where there's some street lights
Okay.
so you can see me.
All right. So, first I'll start off with one of my questions and then I'll get right into the fans' questions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, my first question is, how did you get into cars?
Well, first and foremost, thank you so much, KP, for having me on your platform and
You're welcome.
inviting me to come on here and talk to me. Um, I've seen a lot of your videos, and it's an honor and it's a pleasure. Um,
Oh, thank you.
to answer your question, I grew up in Dade County, just the mecca of those donks and verts. Um, just been seeing it since I was a little boy, and I wanted to make sure that I got financially straight first, and um, had a wife and two daughters. Wanted to make sure they were good, and then decided to jump out into the vert world at the ripe old age of 38. So it's been a pleasure, but I've always loved those cars. It's just a staple of Miami-Dade County. To own one of those is like one of the biggest trophies. It's better than a Rolls Royce. It's better than a Ferrari, a Lamborghini. If you really true to it, and you've been seeing it since you was a little kid.
Right, right, right. I try to tell people all the time, growing up in Florida, I mean, I'm not trying to discount the rest of the world or disregard the rest of the world, but us in Florida, we've really been seeing them since we was little kids.
Little,
You know
little
what I'm
before
saying?
before they
So,
even had dubs,
right. So
before they was
a lot of
20s. Yeah.
people, a lot of people, I won't say they're new to this. I will just say I'm a particular age. I'm 47. So I've been seeing dunks since I was a little girl.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I I won't say they're old to me, but I just been seeing them so long.
Oh, oh
So
yeah. Yeah.
the
And it's
rest of the
instilled
world,
in you.
say it again.
And it's instilled in you. That's why you do what you do.
Right.
These
And
these old
and
school
the
cars.
and the rest of the world, the rest of the maybe I guess big rim world or the rest of the car culture might just be catching up to us. That's why I think they call Florida the dunk capital. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, um, what inspired you to build the year dunk that you built?
So my favorite vert or my favorite donk vert, either way, is um the 72.
Okay.
And most people didn't agree with me on that. All my boys from back home. But that was just my favorite one because the grill came down a little lower, and I just kind of liked it. So I bought a 72. I saw a 72, and I mean it was tore up. It was horrible.
Right.
and it was a hard top. And my boy Robert the Great, he when I told him I bought it for $700, I mean this thing was
Right.
horrible. He was like, "Why are you gonna?" He knows me. He was like, "Why are you gonna spend all that money on it on a hard top? That ain't what you want." So I just sat in my backyard and was looking at different cars. My oldest sister, Liberty, she bought me a model car from Top Notch Model Cars for my 37th birthday. And once she did that and I had that model car, it was like go season at that point. So I was watching on YouTube and I saw a vert from Maple Motors in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like midnight. I called them as soon as I got to work in the morning, and they said, "Well, you like number five on the list." And I said, "Well, what if I pay you another 10,000?" They said, "We don't do that." And I was like, "Okay, well, just let me know." It was like, "We could put you on the list, but you ain't gonna get this car." And I was like, "Well, just put me on the list." And then the old man called me back. This was like 9 in the morning. Old man called me back at like 5 p.m. And I'm hanging out with my wife, my daughters, my big sister was in the room too. We was all just kicking it. And I said, "Oh shit, this is Tennessee." And I ran outside to take the call, and the old man was like, "Man, just talking to you, you just seemed like you was dead serious. I never do this, but that person fell through, and I don't want to go through each individual person to get to you. You just sounded serious. If you want the car, I'll give you 24 hours." And I said, "I want the car." And he said, "Well, go look at all the videos." I said, "I already looked at all the videos." And he was like, "Oh, okay. All right, well, call me at 9 if you want to, the next morning, if you want to get the car." And I was like, "I want to get the car." And he was like, "All right, well, I'll call you in the morning." And I said, "Bet." And he called me 9 a.m., gave me the wiring instructions. I went directly to the bank, wired him the money, and had that car at the house in 2 days, which is crazy because I needed my wife to take me to go pick it up. And she was like, "Go pick up what?" And I'm like, "They're bringing my vert." And she was like, "What?" Yeah, so it was a weird situation, but she was excited because she knows that's my dream car.
Right.
So we had a good moment getting that car. It's everything works out for a reason.
So that was one of my questions. If you hadn't built your dream car, what? So that's your dream car to build, or is that just one of your dream cars?
No, that's the dream. Just coming from Dade County, that's the dream. Um,
Right.
Lambos, Ferraris, all that good stuff. We can get those.
Right.
But to build a vert and to wear this key right here,
Right.
to be the king of the vert world right now is just a dream come true.
So so um people think I first of all, people think we're weird from Florida, right? I be telling people, especially on the female side, you don't know anything about this, but being a female, they
Right.
be like, men try to impress us or impress females that are from Florida with like a foreign. And I'm like, bro, I don't even like that crap.
Oh
Do
yeah.
not come my way with no Lamborghini or no Ferrari. I do not care. I want to see an old school.
Oh yeah. It's like Plies said, what, 15 years ago. I get more looks in the vert than I do in the Phantom or whatever he said.
Right, right.
That's just a
I
South
don't think
Florida
people
thing.
understand that too, especially when you're a car person. Like, cool, okay, people will argue, okay, you have a new car. Okay, I have a new car because I don't want to make my old car my daily driver. So I kind of got to have a new car. But if I could drive my old school as my daily driver, that would be my daily driver.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's just the culture of South Florida, just like it is in Cali with the six foes and lowriders. It's just something that gotta be, you gotta be ingrained in it. You gotta see it when you're a little boy or a little girl,
Right.
and just have an appreciation for it. To spend that kind of money on a vert, you gotta really have some kind of love for it because you'll never get that money back.
Right, right, right. Listen, why are you talking? Like somebody tried to buy my car, right? The car that I'm building this morning. and they was like, "Oh, I'll give you 10,000 right now." I was like, "You give me what?" Do you know how much I spent on the paint and body work? So you think you?
Yeah.
So what you think? I'm smoking crack?
Right. Yeah. You know, even myself, when I first jumped in the game, I didn't understand how much it costs to build these cars. So now I have a whole nother appreciation for
I
it.
bet
You know, there was
you
no,
do.
yeah, there was no limits. There was no budget. You know, I just wanted everything brand new, best of the best. But when my dog Rob told me, I'm like, well, how much for an engine? He's like 30. I'm like, 30 what? I'm like 30,000. I'm like, what? What about the paint? Paint probably 50. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like I can go get a Nissan painted for 3,500 at Mako.
Right.
Like, nah, these cars is different. Um, so I had to stop for like a year just to really, once I wrapped my head around how much this was gonna cost and what it was gonna take, and to make sure that the family was straight and there was no pressure at home. You know, a lot of people build, a lot of guys put a lot of money into these cars, and there's hardships associated, you know, at home
Right.
because there's other obligations. But the way that I laid this out, the way that I did it, you know, my wife and my daughter supported 100% because, you know, I never buy myself anything. I never, you know, I take care of them, whatever they need, whatever they want. So they're just extremely excited that I was able to do it. And oh, I didn't bring it. I didn't bring my little paper where they say "Good luck, Daddy" on the car show. You know,
Aw.
but they've just been incredibly supportive because they're like, you know, 20 years you've been working, and now you get to shine.
So what was the initial conversation like when you told your wife, "Hey, look, uh, this gonna cost a lot."
You know, so this is a weird thing, right? So my advice to a lot of people, you know, like I've been married now 18 years, about to be 19 years, and I got married at 19.
Okay.
So after dating her for 4 months, so everybody thinks that's crazy. And the 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 number one secret is to not mingle the finances. So like she has her own bank account, I have my own bank account. And what we did is based on our income, we split bills. You know, we bought our first house at 20. Um, we had our first daughter at 21, and we made a conscious effort to never fight about money.
Yeah.
You know, because neither we were in the military, we were in the Air Force. Neither one of us had any money,
Y'all was in the
so
Air Force?
yeah, that's where I met her, in the Air Force.
My
Yeah.
daughter's in the Air Force.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where's she stationed
She
at?
just she's in Jersey now. She's a paralegal in the Air Force.
Ah, yeah. Air Force. That's how I got out of Opelika.
Okay.
I jo- Man, that's where I met my wife, the Air Force. Um, that's why I'm in DC actually. One of my best friends is retiring tomorrow. So I flew out here with my wife and my daughter. My other daughter is at Rice in a architectural program, but I flew out here to come to his graduation. So, you know, that I know I'm getting old now. So when
So
when the homies is retiring,
4 months though. Listen,
yeah.
wait. Let me say this. First of all, I'm so with that. So I love that for y'all, right? For 4 months, and now y'all done been together 100 years, right?
Hmm.
But I I think it's probably because I'm so optimistic and I love love and I believe in soulmates. I believe you was like, okay, this is my soulmate. I gotta marry her.
Oh yeah. You know, I call her manipulative. She kind of she mind controlled me. She can cook. You know, she cooked for the homies. You know, I had a couple girlfriends at the time. She's like, "Yo, I cook for y'all," and like it was a weird situation to where I would be like she mind effed me. You know, like she made it seem like she was cool with it to the point where I wasn't cool with it. You know, like just the respect for her. You know, it was a weird situation. We got to talk deep about that. I mean, it's a long story.
Right.
But she got me. She got me good. And you know, I tell people all the time the secret to success is a strong woman, a strong wife, one that holds you accountable, one that tells you, they know you more than anybody else does. I could sit here on this live with you right now, and you just won't know any of the dark nights, the different things that occurs, and they know that. And when you being weak, they hold you up. When you feeling yourself and you got a big head, they tear you down. Like it's the biggest secret in the world.
Right. Especially
Yeah.
being in the military though. Cause y'all, I mean, especially if you was maybe at war. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be done been through some stuff. Some
Oh
stuff
yeah.
we don't ever know about.
Oh yeah. The military is something different. It just kind of drops you into a situation where you have to be responsible. Your room has to be clean. You have to show up to work every day. You can go to jail. You have to listen to your supervisor. You can go to jail. You know, Jessica got thrown in jail. My wife's name is Jessica. She got thrown in jail because she had braids. So like we were in an era in which there was a lot of racism and different things like that. Um, you know, there's no beards. Like the military today is totally different. But yeah, she went through it too, like and just being colored in the Air Force, I've been told we don't want you in our Air Force, stuff like that. But it just builds character to where you can deal with everything. Like you were talking about before I joined, the controversy behind me getting the key. I've had people screaming, yelling in my face, spit hitting my
Oh,
face
in
with
the
the
military. So it
yeah,
don't
with
even
the
matter.
hat. Yeah, like it's all good. Like when you test it, when you battle test it, this stuff doesn't bother
Yeah.
you.
It's like my grandma said, you just let it roll off like water on a duck's back.
Oh, absolutely. And I have some ducks. They're not my ducks, but they come to the back porch, and I love them. It's my soprano moment. I love them when they come out there in the morning. It's like letting the top back in the vert.
Right.
Just watching my ducks like the Sopranos. Rest in peace.
Um, so uh speaking of what you were talking about, the controversy, right? I don't say a lot. I see a lot and I see everything and people send me stuff and sometimes I just get in the comments and eat my popcorn because I make sure I keep popcorn on deck. And when I tell you, after you won that key, people were more mad. People were madder. The people in the comments were madder than Nava was, and it was his car.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. These people are crazy.
Oh yeah.
I
You know.
seen some of them comments, and one of my followers said it best. It was really giving Stan. It was giving, hey, um, we won't go into detail with that, but it was really giving. It was giving um let me see what's a gentle way to say it. It was giving um they want to ride in the vert with him. That's what it
Yeah. No. 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 You ain't got to go no further. We on the same page. So like, first and foremost, Nava is a novice in this vert game. He's been doing this a long time.
right.
Um, and he is the biggest formidable opponent that one could go against.
Right.
So the way that I operate in life is I need to find a challenger to push me to the next
Right.
level. And Nava matched my energy. And kudos to Nava. He never backed down. As Nava got to know me, he knew my personality. I can talk. I'm from Dade. We can crack jokes. We can rank each other. We can do all that stuff. You know what I mean? Just because I've been successful in business doesn't mean that I'm a cornball. And he never he never ran. He kept it going. He kept going. He kept pushing, and I appreciate him for that. Um, but at the end of the day, we got judged on the cars. I won, but that doesn't mean that Nava's car is any. It wasn't an amazing car. I seen that car. That car is amazing, and what he did to that car, and the years that it took to get to that point with that car, um, is just amazing. And they embraced me, and there was never any hate. So for all the people, and I'm not gonna say the bad word about them
Right.
because Nava doesn't like it, and I respect Nava. So I'm not gonna say that, but anybody that has negative things to say about that car or my car and me winning in politics. I never met Ross a day in my life. Nava introduced me to Ross. Um, you just got to see the cars, man. And Nava's a stand-up dude,
Right.
and he said it. Like this was another level. And and it's kudos to Nava to push me to that level, to make sure that when we go into war, all is fair in war.
Right.
And I'm going as hard as one can be. And me and Nava are friends. We talk a lot. We talk at least every other day.
What do you say to the people who had so much to say about the judges? I have my own opinion about it. I never really, people of course asked me, but I never really expressed how I felt. But what do you say to the people who had so much to say about the type of judges that were chosen to judge the show?
Yeah, yeah. So, in a bunch of lives that I had with conversations with a lot of people associated with it, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't care about whoever's judging. Like at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna put 100% into it. So I don't care who's actually judging it. Now I understand that lowrider judges and the lowrider community is, they've been doing high level details for the last 50 years. And those judges can identify details. But when we start talking about it's all in the details and so on and so forth, they're not vert judges. We don't have enough time, enough history to have vert judges. Like, Fred Rari and them boys just started painting the bellies of their cars. They just started putting chrome, gold. Rari did all that gold on his car and he caught flames about it. We're pushing the donk culture to the next level. 20 years from now, or maybe 10 years from now, or maybe even five after what happened couple of weeks ago, these verts are going to get to another level in which they are esteemed in a way like the 6'4s are. So I don't care who the judges are. Like at the end of the day, anybody that goes and looks at these cars, you look at the details. I know everybody doesn't understand, and I don't. I don't. KB, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Like I-95 call me, yeah, we got rocker arms. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, just make sure we win. What you need, another 30,000. Here you go. Like it was just all about winning
Right.
in my brain, um, and that's the important thing. So no, I think I didn't care who the judges were, and if we're talking about details, we're talking about details, um, and nobody should care about who the judges are, in my opinion.
So, being that I have really started to, well, not just now, but probably I've been doing the show since 2019. So September is coming up on 5 years, right? But before that, in 2017, I really started trying to make sure that I was well versed in the car culture, right? Like
Mhm.
all cars. So I started to go different places and do different things. And I then became friends with Avenue Convertibles. If you're not familiar with TJ, he's out of Vegas. And TJ is in the Lowrider Hall of Fame, right? So it shows me the ring. It looked like a Super Bowl ring. I swear to God, it's huge. I've never seen that, right? So I'm like,
Right.
oh my God, you are lowrider royalty. You are in the Hall of Fame. So he starts to show me pictures, and then I start to be friends with him. So I start to see all the details. We don't even touch the surface on the cars that we build, like the lowriders. They've been spending 3, 4, 500,000 on cars, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you said, they are familiar with details. They are the detail people.
Absolutely.
So when the controversy happened, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not sure how they judge the show, right? My favorite judging at car shows is the point system. I love the point system. So anytime I go and I judge a car show, we gonna have this paper because everybody gonna put their points on. That way, ain't nobody really cheating. If everybody
No,
thinks Steve got a 10 on his interior, they're gonna put a 10. Some people might think he got a 7. Some people might think he got an 8. But at the end of the judging, we gonna tally up these numbers. And whatever the numbers say, that's who gonna win.
that's it.
So the controversy comes in where different people, and for me, I never have an opinion. I ain't got an opinion about your car because at the end of the day, what you eat don't make me right. I like the car. It's a beautiful car. But I'm not gonna get on there and say, well, Steve should have put this on the car, or he should have did that on the car. Listen, man, he did what he did. He did what his money could afford. He did what he wanted to do. And at the end of the day, how the girl say, at the end of the day gonna end.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I just don't come from a place where I'm that critical about something that's not even mine anyway.
Yeah.
But
And
there's been so much. I was like, oh, I gotta talk to Steve because Smallville and Coke called me. They was like, hey, you gotta get Steve on your show. I was like, first of all, y'all ain't gonna bully me to have nobody on my show, but my plan was to have him on the show.
yeah,
I just gotta
shouts out
get
to
I just
Smallville and
gotta
Coco.
get him. People don't know this, but I think Smallville is the bully out of him and Coke.
Nah,
He
nah.
is.
I think Smallville keeps Coco in check. So
Smallville is the bully. He just finesses so well. See,
yeah,
you don't see him coming because you don't see it coming. You
yeah.
get what I'm
They
saying? He
oh,
talks
absolutely.
so nice and he finesse you so much that you like. He like I used to have a manager back when I worked in corporate America, and she could fire you, and you'll be like, I think I probably should have got fired.
Yeah,
She's such a finesser. That's what Smallville. He's a finesser.
yeah. Smallville and Coco have been at my grandmama table. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
those are good fellas right there. And Smallville uh made sure I get to the airport on time. Smallville, man, I ain't got nothing but the biggest things to say for Smallville, man. He is a solid
He is
dude.
a good dude. I can say that. And one thing I do love about him is he's always only showed me nothing but respect. He'll call me from time to time and be like, "KP, I just want to tell you I love what you're doing. Keep doing your thing."
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's
"Go ahead."
no. That was it. I love Smallville.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's been the biggest challenge building a car?
So I didn't have any challenges building a
Mm-hmm.
car. Well, I guess I'll put it this way. Just deciding what the overall color selection would be,
Mm-hmm.
bringing all the family over, having them identify, make their selections, and then having to make the ultimate decision because it's hard once you pick a paint color to
Yeah.
change it
Yeah.
or a top color or an interior color. Um, Also, just believing in myself and wanting to have the diamond patterns in the seat, having different things, the OG type of dash, not going with the arcade dash, just and sitting there and listening to the scrutiny on these lives, just waiting for the car to be done, um, and to get it to the show and to
Right.
see, you know, if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But I've been really good at what my what's it called? My not intentions, but my intuition.
Right.
Um, and making good decisions. That's what made me successful in life. So um, I was confident in that, but it's still nerve wracking,
Right.
you know. But to win it, to win it, we know,
I know that's right.
we know, we happy.
Are you gonna build something else to compete next year? Or are you gonna take the car back, or was that just like a one and done?
I'm sure I'll build a car someday in the future. Um, both my daughters about to go to college, so I'm gonna kind of focus on that. But I'm gonna use the words of my dog Fred Rari. Uh, Next year, look, we Hall of Fame. You know, we Hall of Fame, and he like he said, I ain't got no pressure. I got my big
Right.
key. There's no pressure whatsoever. So next year, I just want to come and watch the sport
Right.
of the vert world and see who is the next inductee of the Big Key
Right.
uh, world. So no, I'm not bringing another car next year. Uh, I just want to show up. I might bring Olive Oyl back out. I got to talk to Freddie and them and see if they want it back out there. But if not, I'm gonna ride around just like Rory did. Take that picture with whoever wins next year. Of course, hopefully it's the I-95 brethren, Money Rob with Brown Sugar, um, and just induct them. You know, we got the green jackets. You know,
Right.
we got the green jackets. So
Right.
we'll see.
What made you decide on going with I-95 Motorsport to build your car?
A lot of things. So I do a lot of research and a lot of watching and reading and you know looking at reviews and so on and so forth. And I was trying to build the car out in Houston originally, but I had to do a lot of explaining about kind of how I wanted to see it the South Florida way. Not that they can't build a vert in Houston. I just didn't have the time to kind of explain it. Um, so I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I-95 and Kenny and them kept posting up, kept popping up. Coco, of course, 134 Coke, top five, all those videos popped up a lot. And I saw where Coke went to a shop out here in Houston, and there was a lot of conversation with Lace about building a vert, blah blah blah. But then, like 2 months later, I saw that he went to I-95, and I respect Lace. And Lace has been in the car game a lot longer than I have. And when I saw he took it from Houston to I-95, that kind of solidified the decision. And so I saw a post from I-95 talking about getting on backlogs and so on and so forth. So I just DM'd him and asked him the question, you know, when can I get in there? What's the deposit? Let me send it to you. And we went from there.
So
And they've been
long,
amazing.
how long did it take from start to finish to build the car?
6.5 months, 7 months.
Dang, that ain't
Yeah.
long.
No, like 2 years. I don't even know I'm gonna be alive 2 years from now. Like that just seems crazy. Um, and I just have no patience, just in everything, you know, construction, development. You know, the faster you get things done, the more money you save. But you look at things the other way, the more money you spend. But are you really spending more money when you knock out the headaches and you can enjoy the things that you spend your money on, and your
Right.
family can enjoy those things earlier? You know, every day is not promised.
Right. What's your best advice to someone looking to build a dunk? An award winning. Wait a minute. Would you say a big key winning dunk? Or just to build a dunk period? Not that they competing to win a key.
I got a second what Ross said. Everybody's at a different level of what their builds are. You don't have to go as far as I went to build my car. Um, but at the end of the day, whatever level you are and what you're trying to build, as long as it brings you satisfaction, it brings your girl, your dude, your kids, your nephews, whatever it is, your nieces, satisfaction. As long as you can jump in that thing and you can ride out, Just build it to the level of what you want to build it to, and don't let nobody talk you out of what you want. Your intuition and deep in your heart of what you like and what you want to see. It don't matter what nobody got to say about anything. They can clown you for months and months and months, or talk about your car ugly and all that kind of stuff. But as long as you stay true to yourself, stay true to your family, stay true to what you want, then can't nobody stop you.
Did it ever come a time where you were like, "Hey, listen, we too far in financially. This, where's the cutoff?"
No, so yeah, I mean, I had a couple conversations with I-95, um, but I'm my own worst enemy. So, like I'm like, all right, where we at? We at 400? Yeah, it ain't gonna go higher than 400. But then the competitive nature in me with Nava, I'm like, boom, why don't we add this? They're like, Steve, you say you didn't want to go. I'm like, yo, just do it. Let's go. Let's go. We gotta win. So uh it was more me, like the competitive nature is like I would work with like my some of my friends and find out how much they making, like salary wise when I was younger.
Right.
I'm like, okay, what you at? You at 80,000? Boom. All right. I'm gonna bust my ass for like 2 months and I'm gonna go in there and say I need 85. And we would have these conversations. I'm highly competitive. Never played sports, but my competitive nature is my business and my ambition. Um, so like what Nava did for me is gave me the the fuel to bust his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave me the fuel. He just didn't realize who he was messing with. Because oh my God, there is one thing about me. When I want to lose weight, I challenge somebody. When I want to make more money, I challenge somebody. If I want to stop drinking, I challenge somebody. Like that just drives me. I don't know why I'm built like that. Um, but point being, to answer your question, yeah, there was conversations, but then once it sparked off, it was no holds bar, no
So,
holds bar.
so
We
you
bought the
set
whole shop out.
so you set the budget at 4. Then you said, "F it, we going over the 4."
No, the budget. I said the budget probably around like 275. Then it was three. Then it was 350. Like no, like once it got the war, it was over with. And I didn't care what it was. I didn't care what it was.
Do
You
you
know,
look
like
do you look back and you're like, "Oh my God"?
no, because like everything that I've accomplished in life is because somebody told me I couldn't do it. So like even this, like a lot of people ask me, what if you didn't win? How would you feel? And I'm like, I'd feel good because I gave it my all. I never I never wavered at all. You can get Kenny and Bobby Joe and Cody on the phone and they'll tell you I never wavered. Like what you need? Let's buy the whole shop out. Let's go. We gotta win. That ambition and that drive, it was not an option to lose.
You've been like that your whole life?
Ever since I was 4 years old.
4. That was a long time ago, huh?
I know, 34 years ago. 34 years ago. And it's a good trait and it's a bad trait at the same time. But it's a trait that's allowed me to be successful. It's a trait that landed me in jail. It's a trait,
Right.
but it's a good trait. Before y'all screenshot that, landed me in jail because like somebody tried to rob me
Right. And you was
at the
like, "I ain't
nightclub.
know."
Yeah, nah, I ain't finna lose. Here you go.
You feel like
Catch this pistol.
it was so you feel like you said, even if you hadn't won, it was a good investment for you.
It's not a all right, there's two different ways of
Right.
investments, right? There's the financial investment and then
Mhm.
there's the emotional investment. So no, spending $500,000 on a bird is not a good financial investment.
Right.
It is an amazing emotional investment for
Right.
me and my wife and my daughters to see them riding around, for them to have that same joy. They didn't grow up in Miami. They didn't know that. They didn't understand it until they got in that car and they felt the power, they felt the top down and just the enjoyment and also them seeing me happy. You know, like they see me a lot where I'm just stressed out, I'm working all the time. Um, to it's not a financial investment. It's
Right.
more of an emotional investment.
Right.
That's why the car ain't for sale. I'm not trying to sell the car. We gonna ride around, and my daughters is gonna take that car to prom, and maybe my grandsons. I have no sons. You know, maybe one day they'll own that car. The car 51 years old. Is it 51? Yeah, 51 years old, and it's brand new. Every single thing is brand new in that car, so it's another 50 years. And if I'm living 50 years from now, cool. That'd be great. But I'll have grandsons and granddaughters that will have that same enjoyment.
You like me, I tell people my car is a 1986, but it's a 2086 because baby, that's a 2024 1986. It ain't no rust. If I send you the pictures and videos, Steve, of how that car look up under the bottom before College Park Customs did the paint and body work, you'll be like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Listen, and every time, I don't know if this was your, because see, you don't sound like you was like me, but every time Todd and them would tell me something else, it was they found some more rust or something else happened. You know that noise make that your cash out make when you get money,
Mhm.
would it sound like coins dropping?
Mhm.
That's what I would hear every time they would tell me that. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm ready. I'm just gonna get rid of the car. But then it kicked in, like you said. I was like, I gotta finish. I gotta finish. I gotta finish. I gotta finish. I can't stop. And then somebody come lowball me talking about something. Can't and the car ain't even finished. They gonna give me 10,000. Is am I giving you crackhead vibes? Cause
Right. Right.
that's what you saying to me right now.
Oh, absolutely. Miss Hilton, 1.5, they can come pick it up tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not
Right, right.
yeah.
So
You
so
can
with
pick it
that,
up tomorrow.
so what would be your amount to make you get out of it? 1.5, but what would it be less? What would be the amount to make you get out of it?
You put me on the spot. So I am financially savvy, so I can't be stupid. You know what I mean?
Right,
I can't be stupid, but like bare minimum, just for the equity associated with it, the emotional equity with the family,
right.
like 750 would be the lowest.
Okay.
I'm at like 520, 525 with the car all in. Not all at I-95 Motorsports, but yeah, it'd be like 750, 800,000, something like that. And somebody would have to, it had to be a person that just truly loves and they want a luxury vert.
Right,
Um, because it's there's no expense spared. Like nobody spends that kind of money on a vert. You know
right.
what I mean? Like it's crazy, but you got to really have a love
Yeah,
for it.
because when you just said it, I almost fell out the chair.
Oh yeah, you got to have a love for it. And this is 25 years in the making. It only took me 6.5, 7 months to build it. But I've been looking at them cars since I was a little boy. I seen Trick Daddy with the green apple
Right,
vert,
right,
out at the tree, just seeing that and wanting to have a vert. And it took me 20 something years to get it. But when I got it, it was gonna be the best vert ever built, the best one ever built. And the lowrider judges, they agree with me. It's the best one ever built.
you gonna give them the key too, or you got to keep the key
Give who the key?
when they buy the vert?
Hell no, I ain't get my key up. I give you the key if you want to put another 200 on it. We got the appraisals on the key.
I know that's right.
But anybody that bought that car, that if I ever sold that car, anybody that bought that car, they probably ain't gonna want the key. They didn't earn the key. You
Yeah.
know, they bought the car, and they should get the credit associated with buying that car. It's the most amazing vert ever built. Screenshot that. I know I'm about to get all kind of issues about that, but everyone agrees. If you see that car in person,
Right.
you see what we had. That thing is amazing. It's just, and I want everybody to see it. You know, it's not just my car. You know, we brought the key back to Dade County. I want everybody to see it.
Are you going on tour with the car?
Yeah, so I-95 wants to take it to a couple places. I know we're trying to get it to SEMA. They're kind of working on that. Fred already got a show down in Miami. Uh, there's a show in Georgia. There's a show in Mississippi. Um, what's my boy name? Sudi. Sudi wants to bring it out there. To Sudi Fest. I just want as many people to see it as possible. Because it's a beautiful car.
I'm surprised you
But at
went
the same time,
back to bringing it to Whips by Wade.
yeah,
Um,
that was when was that?
it's
That
on
was
the
like,
second of this month.
yeah, it's back in Fort Lauderdale. Somebody told me about that. I
Yeah.
think Coco or Fred, one of them told me about that, but it's back in Fort Lauderdale right now.
Mhm.
So I wasn't able to make that one, but Whips by Wade is a major supporter.
Oh yeah,
So
and
um,
Donk they gonna be in my city this year in Jacksonville. Yeah.
Duval,
Yeah.
you in Duval?
I'm from.
I didn't know that.
No, I live in Atlanta, but I'm from Jacksonville.
You know, we used to hate y'all Duval
I
dudes
know.
back in the day.
I know.
You know, we had the linen suits.
Hmm.
We meet in Orlando.
Hmm. And we gave y'all a run for y'all money in them dumps now. When them
Oh
before all
yeah,
them
for
boys
sure.
started getting killed and stuff. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Duval 95. No, not 954.
904.
904. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
904. Shout out to my boy Tizo from 904.
Yeah. We definitely but I think over the years we started kind of getting along.
Yeah,
And
I think that's with the youngins.
yeah.
You know, like this was high school. You know, we meet at the senior whatever it was in Orlando,
Yeah.
and they used to call us pretty boys with the linen suits and the gators, and we used
Grad
to
day.
go at it.
What
Grad
was
day,
it?
yeah,
What grad was
grad
it? Grad
weekend,
bash or grad?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like grad
Yeah.
weekend. We go up there. That's where you Duval and Dave met, and
Yeah.
and Duval was always so deep, and Dave wasn't that deep, but Duval was like 100 dudes deep. It was crazy work.
And they retarded. Let me tell you something about Jacksonville. You know that's the murder capital of Florida.
Mm. No, I didn't know
They
that.
retarded. Yeah, it was called grad night. That's what it was called, grad night. That's why I moved away from there. They retarded.
Oh yeah. My boy Sparks from Duval too. I built some schools in Duval.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
That's what.
yeah, in Jacksonville.
So what made you go into construction after leaving the military?
My wife. So I wanted to be a dentist, but my wife, we were married for a while, and she said, you know, how you are, like the ambition and drive on project specific stuff, like this car, and never wavering away from it. She did like a personality thing and was like, "Yo, I think you should do construction management." And I'm
Wow.
like, "I don't know how to build a birdhouse." I'm like, "What do you mean?" But just trusting in a good woman that has your best interests at heart. He was absolutely correct. I'm like a prodigy in construction. I don't know why. Makes no sense, but I just understand it at a different level.
So I have nephews and they're like in their late teens, early 20s, like early 20s, 20, 21, 22, 23. And I tell them all the time, I say, you better get you a woman with a brain because they all got twats.
Oh yeah.
Everyone got it. So you need to get somebody that's smart and that has
Oh,
your
absolutely.
actual back. And I think people overlook the importance of not just a good woman, a good mate, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, a good mate, a good or bad mate can make or break you. So I think
Absolutely.
So I think that it sounds like this all came full circle for you when it comes
Oh,
to
it's
having your wife having your back, all these things. It sounds like a real full circle moment. Now, let me just be honest. I was like, I've never had one conversation with Steve. So this is actually our second conversation because we talked earlier today. But um, this your story really makes me like you.
oh, thank you. I appreciate
And
it. No.
I'm a Taurus. I don't like everybody. I'm just be honest.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. My best friend's a tourist. So that's why probably why we click, because he don't like me either, but he love me.
That don't
My
say
boy Juice.
because you know Tauruses are crazy. My brother who owned the restaurant, he a Taurus, and we work together every day. And we be about to kill each other, but we love each other.
Oh, absolutely. And somebody, D Fezzi, Ideal Public Schools, yeah. Somebody did their research on me. I used to be the vice president of facilities and construction for Ideal. That's the schools I built in Jacksonville.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, Mama, it's I appreciate you, and for me being able to talk about these things that a lot of people don't talk about, I tell a lot of young black men. I used to be the president of the 100 Black Men of Houston for a long time, and I tell a lot of the people that I mentor, a lot of the black men, the most important decision you'll ever make is your spouse. It's the most important. They can either break you down or they can build you up, and to be intentional and be decisive, make a decision. I told you 4 months, four
Yeah.
months, and it was done. Be decisive, be intentional, because that life partner of yours will know you more than anybody will. Your parents, your children, um, and then when your children leave, be intentional about having a relationship with that spouse. Because when your children leave, I got 4 more years before my youngest daughter is grown and she's gone. So we're looking forward to it. The next chapter.
So what was the you said you talked about her cooking and she reeled you in. What was the light bulb moment? Because I feel like you have a light bulb moment, right?
Okay,
When
I'm gonna give
like
you
because I've
exclusive.
been married before, right? So I feel like I had a light bulb moment. He had a light bulb moment. So what was your light bulb moment?
I'm gonna give you exclusive. I don't tell nobody this, but it was 128 people. I'm gonna tell you because I like it.
Okay.
Can't believe I'm about to say this. All right, so back when I was younger, when I was like 18, I was a lot slimmer. I looked a lot better than I look now, and I used to, uh, I won most attractive in high school. So like I was a good looking guy. Well, I had this big crush on. You ever heard of? Look, my wife over there looking at me crazy. Look, look. um, you ever heard of the Pussycat Dolls?
Yes.
All right,
Nicole.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Yeah.
I had the biggest crush on Nicole Scherzinger, right? I'm like 18 years old. I thought she was gorgeous. Well, I met this girl in the military that looked like Nicole Scherzinger. But I was talking to Jessica at the time, and I had this girl named Sky too. My wife literally made fun of me today about it because I used to tell her I had to go see my aunt. She's like, "What aunt did you have in San Antonio?" She still makes those jokes, but she's a
Right.
mind controller. So I had this girl named, I was dating this, I was talking to this girl named Nicole Scherzinger, and my wife was an air traffic controller, and she worked nights. So she worked with the pilots. Like you see Top Gun, all that stuff. She lived that Air Force lifestyle. I didn't. She did, but I didn't. Um, she so Nicole Scherzinger was in my room one night, and Jessica gets off at 10. And remember, I told you Jessica's like, no, whatever, like, we ain't dating. Mind screwing me right now, right? Uh, so Nicole Scherzinger sitting on the bed. She's like, "You don't want to get in the bed?" And I was like, "I'm just looking at my watch." And keep in mind, like Nicole Scherzinger is like I'm like, man, I want Nicole Scherzinger. And she's like, you don't want to get in the bed? I was like, nah, but you gotta go. And now we're not in the same rooms. We're in the dorms, but the dorms are shaped like an L. But just the mere fact that I did not want to jeopardize my relationship with Jessica for Nicole Scherzinger was my light bulb moment. I'm like, you got to go. I wouldn't even get on the bed. I was sitting on the recliner. I'm like, yo, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. So I had to get her up out of there. And that was my light bulb moment. And that's when I don't know, it probably had to be 3 days later. I was ironing my clothes. I was like, yo, you wanna get married? She was like, sure. I was like, all right, cool. Let's do it Friday. She was like, bet. And it's 19 years later.
You wouldn't even get in the bed with your crush. See,
Mm-mm.
this is
That's
what
that's
I
the light
tell.
bulb moment.
This is what I tell women. When that man, my daddy said he was dating my mama 2 weeks, and he knew he was gonna marry her. So he started treating her at that moment like that was his wife. So my mama didn't have to want for nothing. My mom didn't have. He was like, "This is my wife." Now
Oh yeah.
they got married, a little while later. I think 6 months, maybe. But he started treating her after they was 2 weeks in like that was his wife. So he's always instilled in me, when they know, and they treat you as such,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you wouldn't even
For sure.
get in the bed with the crush. That's crazy.
She was like, you don't want to come sit down next to me? I'm like, no, listen, we gotta go. Um, it's just it's a weird thing, like I'm highly decisive and when that happened, literally my homeboy still makes fun of me about it to this day. Because he was with her homegirl down in his room. Which I won't get into that whole specific. And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah. So he still makes fun of me about it, but that was the light bulb moment when anybody asks. And I mean, like, there was apprehension from her parents, from my parents. My dad wouldn't even talk to her. Her dad was like, you just picked out your prom outfit last year. Now you want to marry my daughter? Like it was
Why didn't they want to talk to her?
my
Uh-huh.
dad. My dad crazy. He's highly protective of me. So
Okay.
he didn't want me to pick the wrong woman.
Okay.
Um, but he had to trust me that I knew what I was doing. And now, he loves her to death. But literally, I'm like, hey, what you doing, Pops? He's like, nah, just get my car washed. I'm like, well, Jessica's here. You want to talk to her? He's like, nah, I'm busy. Hang up the phone. So it all worked out. It all worked out for the best. But that's the biggest secret, as far as my success and what I tell people that I talk to privately, is just the biggest important thing is just picking the right life partner,
Right.
because they'll hold you accountable and they'll push you, um, and there's just somebody to come home to,
Right.
and remember, focus on that person, not the children. The children's gonna grow up and they're gonna move on and they're gonna build their own lives. Um, so make sure that you keep that healthy relationship with your significant
Somebody,
other.
somebody in the comments said Nicole was bad in her younger days. She had everybody in the chokehold. Listen, she had everybody. That lady there, Nicole Scherzinger, that lady there,
Oh,
and
I
she's
was
still bad.
sick.
I don't know if you've seen her lately,
Oh, I
but
have.
she's still. I know you have.
Yeah, but I'm happily, yeah.
Is that your pass? Do y'all have passes?
No, no. I mean, like me and my wife, like we were like really open
Right.
about stuff. Like she'll tell me like, hey, that girl over there feeling you. Like, and it's kind of a joke. And then she'll be like, all right, well now she tripping, so like put your arm around me. And I'll be like, yeah, that dude was just looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. Like, hey, I told you bad. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So no, there's like no like passes, but it's like she thinks Chris Brown is attractive. Ti is the worst. Ti is the
I
worst.
love
Like
Ti.
all the I know.
I don't
See, I already know you
even
about to
like
say
light
it.
skins.
I
I
already
don't even like
know.
light skins,
I
but
ain't
Ti.
met a woman yet. It drives me nuts, especially when I was like really in shape and stuff. I'm like, I look better than that nigga. What you talking about? And they're all
Listen,
like, no, you don't look better than T.I.
you don't
I'm
know
like, oh
whether
my God.
as a female, I don't know whether he gonna kiss me or he gonna choke slam me. But whatever it is, I'm there for it because I love him and I'm gonna stick beside.
Oh my gosh. My sisters, my sister-in-laws. So no, like, just being open too and having conversations about what you're attracted to and what you're not
You,
attracted to.
you know,
It
everybody
makes a
can't have them
difference.
conversations though.
I
You
know.
know, you'll be surprised at how many. Because I'm always around a lot of men. You'll be surprised at how many men don't even get the opportunity to have open, honest conversations with their wives.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's one of the biggest downfalls of marriage, just being confident, and having open conversations. But me and my wife done a lot of therapy, had a lot of open conversations and learn how to talk to each other and to be honest about stuff. If I'm struggling with something, if she's struggling with something, we just have that conversation, you
Right.
know, and it's a safe space because if we're going to be together until the next 50 years,
Right.
then we got to learn how to communicate.
Right. Yeah.
I know this ain't like a marriage counseling session.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. You good.
Okay.
You
All
good.
right.
Listen, one thing about guests, the conversation gonna go where it's gonna go, and we gonna have a good conversation, and everybody's gonna come away feeling warm and fuzzy, or they gonna hate you. They already hate you because of that key. So
Oh, they
just
definitely
it
do.
just is.
But it's all good. What's meant to be will be for you. What's meant for you will be for you.
What did you say when? Did you? Okay, so you felt like you knew you was gonna win the key, but when they called your name, was you like? Was you standing there and waiting, or did they call you and you like? Did they say me?
No, so like, when I saw some of the cars, I had a feeling that I was gonna win. No disrespect to any of the other cars, but I knew I went way too
Right.
far. Like I took it to a whole nother level. So it was gonna be a hard, like if I lost, it would have been like some nonsense or whatever. So um no, when I was standing there, I was highly nervous because I had a feeling I was gonna win, but there's the unknown that I don't know about. I didn't walk 300 acres and look at all the cars,
Right.
but the cars that I saw, I was like, yeah, no, I think I got them. I got a little more detail. I got this and that. Um, so it was real nerve-wracking, and there was 100 cameras on me at the time too. I'm like, this is the worst moment ever. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna catch me looking stupid if I lost. I'm like, like that is so bad. Uh, so, um, but no, when I won, I just thanked God. When I heard my name, I just thanked God and boom, went and thanked everybody. All I-95, my sisters, and Nava ran up and gave me a hug. I don't even know where he came from because I didn't even see him in the crowd. Um, and he gave me a hug and congratulated me, and then we got on the stage. So it was just one of those moments
Yeah.
that you can you'll never forget.
So, excuse me. What would you like? I don't have any more questions. Is there anything uh you know what song came to mind when you won that key?
But
Flies, the new song. I can hear my mama now. Donk, baby.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody been telling me to do that. To pop my stuff, but like I keep saying, what's understood ain't got to be explained, and let your work show for what you do versus your mouth. You
Yeah.
know, no diddy. Can I say no? I shouldn't say no diddy. I'm saying
Sometimes silence is super loud though.
it is.
I,
It
I
is,
tell
and
people
just
all that all the time. Sometimes you don't even need to. You don't, because first of all, the internet is undefeated.
mm-mm,
You ain't gonna defeat them.
never. You're
You
never
know.
gonna make everybody happy. I try to respond to every DM, but you'll never make everyone happy.
Right. So, what would you like for everyone to know about you? Is there anything what's a big misconception about you, or is there something that you would like to clear up?
Nah, I ain't got nothing to clear up.
Okay.
Like at the end of the day, the people that know me and the not even people that just know me, just people that reached out to me that I respond to and that I talk to. Of course, it's a lot of messages right now, and I try to get to every single one of them. I want to have a direct line of communication with all the people that support me. I'm learning to get my block game up because I felt bad about blocking people. But now I'm learning from Dollar. Block. What'd you say? Block. So I'm getting good at that and not feeling guilty about it. Uh, so no, like no, if you reached out to me and I haven't gotten back to you, just know it's been kind of crazy, but I got all the love and support for everybody that supported me in this car show and that have love for the car, even those that don't. At the end of the day, just the mere fact that that you've seen that car, if you heard about that car, and you have an opinion about my car, a novice car, or any other car in the show. Um, I just appreciate you for the love of the culture, and everybody can have different opinions, and I'm not mad at that. It's all love, and yeah, yeah, that's it. I don't have much
I do have
else to say about that.
I do have one other question. Who outside of maybe Nava, who are there any people that inspire you in the car world?
Yeah, so I got a lot of inspiration. I got from Dollar Bill. His car was beautiful. Of course, the I-95 builds. Mr. 75 had the diamond seats in his car. He inspired me. Uh, Downtown Bobby Brown got a hell of a car that's coming out. I wish he was able to make it to this show so we could have had a battle royale, but hopefully he makes it next year. Very inspiring, like the rear end that he did. I wanted to take it a little further. Um, that's all I could think of right now, but I'm sure there's plenty of more inspirations that I got.
You know who?
A year I've been watching these cars,
Yeah.
so there's a lot
You
of
know
people.
who? You know who really inspired me this year? Quentin. His page name is Vision to Reality. He built
Mm,
that car. He built the El Camino. You know, he's a young guy. He's from Miami. He built his car in
mm.
like 40, 35, 40 days. He did all the work
Oh no, I didn't see that.
just to come to Rick Ross's show and network. When I tell you he
Mm,
inspired me, I had him on the show. So I've been kind of having. I usually only do the show on Tuesdays, but I've been having like people from the Ross show on Thursdays. And I had him last Thursday. When I tell you he's one of the most humble young guys with a lot of hustle and drive, and he's only I think he told me he's 23.
crazy.
I gotta send you his page. When I tell you he really inspired me this year. I really always look for I love the cars. I love to see the money that people he was with Landlord Jack. I don't know if you've seen Jack.
Oh, I was with Jack like damn near
Yeah,
all
the
weekend.
young guy that was with Jack. But
Mm. Yeah,
I
you got to send me his DM. I'm sure I'll know who he is once I see his
yeah,
face.
I'm gonna look for him. Oh, in 24 days he said he built the car. So he's on.
Mm,
When I tell you, I loved his story. And when I interviewed him and he told me he wanted to be the first African American to be a car manufacturer, I was
mm.
like, I love him. He is I am adopting him. He is my
You
son.
you got to send me his stuff now. Now I need to, because
Yeah.
I'm sure I sat there and talked to him and I'm sure if he was with Landlord Jack, I was with Landlord Jack, uh, damn near all weekend. So
I
I'm pretty sure I know the young homie and salute to you, bro. I'm sure once I see your face, I'll know exactly who you are, but that's an amazing story.
right. So that's his page. It's called Visions to Reality, but I'll DM you his page.
Yeah,
But
I see. This
I
works,
always
Steve.
look for stories. Like I love the bills. I love the money people spend, all those things, but I always look for that thing that makes me be like, oh my God, this is the reason I'm in this. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
this
yeah.
year that was the standout story for me.
No, absolutely.
Um,
You know,
but now talking to you, because I didn't know what to expect, really. People had always told me you was a really humble guy, but I didn't know what to expect. You know how like different people have different takes on people, and different people get different versions of people. But now that I've talked to you, I officially like you. And you said your
uh,
best friend a Taurus, so you already know how we are.
yeah, like what's crazy is I'm not humble. I'm just honest.
Right,
I know everybody says Steve's humble. I'm not. I'm an aggressive, I'm a competitive person, but I'm just honest.
right,
Like at the end of the day, I have no shame in giving flowers, no shame, you know, um, you blessing people that or having conversations with people. Like people thought I was crazy when I put that chain around that little kid's neck. Like no, like these are moments. Like JT Money had a conversation with me when I was 9, 10 years old and gave me an inspirational speech, and then I got to meet him in person and show him the car and told him. He even remember it. So it's like moments like that, just moving it forward and working for our community to inspire others as I've been inspired. So I know they call me Humble Steve. I'm just I just got love for folks, for the people, and if we can build our community up, and if we can build the vert game up, like I want the vert game to be like the six foes, and it's not a negative thing towards anybody that don't or can't put $500,000 in a vert. It's not to box you out of it. Everybody got their own lane in which how they want to do their verts, but those that are fortunate enough, those that love it enough, somebody at some point had to take the six-fold to another level.
right,
Um, and just my impact on the vert culture is forever cemented now. Like I can lay down at night
right.
and said I did something for my city.
So
Um,
you in the Vert Hall of Fame now.
I'm in the vert hall of. Hold on. I'm in the Bird Hall of Fame. Get my green jacket. It's forever cemented,
Right.
and nobody
Y'all can't
can
wear
take
green
that
jackets.
from me.
Y'all gotta get. I'm gonna pick y'all color out. I'm gonna send you the color. I know what color I want. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me, Rari, Bipolar, Nava, Ash. A lot of us, they got the keys now. It's. But and as far as donks are concerned, you know, I don't care what nobody say about nothing. Like at the end of the day, I'm cemented in the Vert Hall of Fame from Dade County, and it'll always be like that to the day I die. I don't care what nobody say, so I'm excited. It's a great, great accomplishment. Fourth to marry my wife and have my two daughters.
I don't know any better way to end the interview, Steve. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for like taking the time to, you know, like I said, I always tell the guests, thank you for taking the time and letting us get in your business because we really got in your business tonight. You know that,
Oh,
right?
no, no worries. I'm an open book if I can help anybody and have any conversations. And my apologies. I had to look back at the messages. You definitely said 9:30, but
It's all
I'd
right.
be all over the place. So my apologies.
It's all right. Women,
But I was able to have some good conversations.
we been used to keeping y'all in line. Women, we used to keeping men in line. It's okay. It's okay. We know we might have to explain to y'all a million times. It's all right.
Absolutely. When I look forward to meeting you in person one day too. So
I
hopefully we can
appreciate
make that
it.
happen.
Yeah, we'll definitely make it happen. I'll tell y'all here. I have a new segment on my show where I go around the country and do different jobs in the car culture. So I think I'm gonna be near you sometime soon. I'm gonna tell you.
That
I'll let you know.
hit me up. I called you, so you got my number.
Yeah, I can't tell. I don't tell everybody where I'm going next, but I think I'm gonna be near you. So I'll let you know.
Well, you let me know,
Yeah.
and I'll rock with your
So
number.
thank you so much for sitting down with us tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
Have a good
It's
night.
an honor.
Thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much.
Alrighty. Goodbye.
So, guys, if y'all missed any of tonight's episode of Rise and Vibes, and you know Steve was our guest, that was the winner of the 2024 Best Donk key at Rick Ross Carshow. If you missed any of tonight's episode of Rise and Vibes, you can catch the full replay on YouTube. You can do that by clicking the link in my bio and subscribing to the YouTube channel. We've now been doing Rise and Vibes close to 5 years, so you have a lot to catch up on. I've had your favorite racer's favorite racer, your favorite car person, your favorite shop owner. Basically, almost everybody has been on the show. So, thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's episode of Rise and Vibes. And I'll see you guys Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, when we sit down and we talk to Coke. Y'all know Coke is um, a, a comedian at heart, and we're going to talk to Coke next week. So, guys, make sure y'all tune in next Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank y'all for tuning in to tonight's episode of Rise and Vibes, and everybody have a good night.